Good morning students. In today's class we will discuss unit number 4, that is the deduction from gross total income. See, gross total income means it is the aggregate of all the head of income before claiming the deduction from ATC to ATU. All the heads of income like salary, house property, business, profession, capital gain, other sources. That 5 heads of income aggregate is known as gross total income before giving the deduction from ATC to ATU. The total income means it is the aggregate of all the heads of income after giving the deduction from under section ATC to ATU. If we give the deduction, it is treated as a total income. Before giving the deduction, it is treated as gross total income. See, there is a rules and regulation to give the deduction from gross total income. The following rules have to be kept in mind while calculating deduction under section ATC to ATU. The aggregate amount of deduction under section ATC to ATU cannot exceed gross total income. If gross total income is more than exemption amount or deduction amount, then only we can claim the deduction. No deduction can be claimed from long-term capital gain and casual income. Short-term capital gain liable for security transaction. Remember, deduction cannot be claimed for long-term capital gain, casual income, short-term capital gain, which is liable for STT or security transaction tax. Deduction under section ATG and ATGG, which is related to donation, remember, can be claimed only after claiming all the other deduction under section 80. The following deduction can be claimed from the gross total income of an individual. Remember, first one, from ATC to ATU, there are plenty numbers of deduction. The number 1 is ATC. See, to give the deduction under section ATC, deduction is calculated as per the following. First, you have to calculate gross qualified amount, which are given all the amount or the point which is related to ATC, that we need to calculate first, then you have to give the deduction. Gross qualifying amount is aggregate of the following. See, these are the items which is related to ATC. Remember student, these all are the very important. You may get the question for 2 marks or 6 marks. Mention any 2 deduction which is available under section ATC, or mention 6 items which is deductible from ATC. Like that you can expect the question. Remember, see, these all are the item which is related to ATC. Number 1, subscription to any notified bonds of National Bank for agriculture and rural development. If we invest in a bond of NABARD, you can claim the deduction under section ATC. Any sum paid as a subscription to home loan account scheme, the National Housing Bank, or contribution to any notified pension fund set up by the National Housing Bank, subscription towards notified unit of mutual fund or UTA. Remember, any 6 point, any first one NABARD investment, second one investment in housing loan account under NHB or National Housing Bank, third one subscription towards notified units of mutual fund of or UTA. Next, contribution to notified pension fund set up by the mutual fund or UTI, retirement benefit or pension fund of UTI, contribution for participating in the unit linked insurance plan of LIC mutual fund, that is formerly known as a Dhanrakshak plan or LIC mutual fund. Next, life insurance premium paid on, this is the very important point which is very easily you can remember under ATC. Life insurance premium paid on own life, spouse life, children life, dependent or independent or minor or major, married or unmarried. The LIC is related to spouse, children, minor, major, married or unmarried, including payment made by government employees to the central government employees insurance scheme, and payment made a person under children deferred endowment and insurance policy. Remember, easily you can insurance policy related to spouse, insurance policy related to children, insurance policy related to married or unmarried children, like that you can easily remember. If policy issued before 1st April 2012, 20% sum assured or policy issued during 12 or 13, 10% sum issued or policy issued on after 1st April 2013, 15% of sum issued or premium, whichever is qualified. Any sum paid as a subscription to any scheme of public sector company engaged in providing a long-term finance or purchase, construction of residential house in India, public deposit scheme under HUDCO, Housing Board Constitution in India for the purpose of planning, development or improvement of cities and towns, payment for notified annuity plan of LIC, Jeevan Dhara, Jeevan Akshay or any other insurance, payment in respect of non-commutable deferred annuity, any sum deducted from salary payable to government employees for the purpose of securing him a deferred annuity subject to maximum of 20% of salary, subscription to national savings certificate plus accrued interest on national savings certificate and deposit in a Sukanya Samriddhi account, amount deposited as a term deposit for a period of 5 years or more in accordance with a scheme framed by the government, amount deposited under senior citizen savings scheme, amount deposited in 5 years time deposit scheme in post office, any sum paid as a tuition fees to any educational institution in India for all time education of any two children of any individual, repayment towards cost to purchase construction residential property, amount invested in debenture or equity share or public company engaged in infrastructure, contribution towards statutory provident fund and recognized provident. See, remember 6 point, which is very easy one: investment in bond of NABARD, investment in LIC, investment in mutual fund scheme, contribution towards provident fund, contribution to participant unit linked scheme, contribution towards 15 years public provident. These are all the very easy point you can remember. Remember, minimum 6 point you must and you should remember under section 80C, because that section is very important. Contribution towards an approved superannuation fund. The amount of deduction, remember, this question appeared in the last year question paper live. Mention any 4 exam deduction which can be claimed under section 80C and how much amount can be deducted under section 80C. Remember, maximum amount can be deducted under section 80C, that is 1,50,000. Contribution to URF not qualified for 80C deduction. Only statutory provident fund and public provident fund is qualified for deduction. Unrecognized provident fund does not qualify. LIC premium paid on father, mother, brother, sister, uncle does not qualify. Only spouse and children. Investment or deposit in the scheme mentioned under section 80C can be made out of taxable income or otherwise. Amount due but not paid on or before 31st March relevant previous year shall not be qualified deduction under section 80C. Employer's contribution towards national public savings scheme shall not be considered for the ceiling of rupees 1,50,000. Date of encashment of check draft shall be taken as a date of deposit. See, these are the information about 80C. Remember, very important deduction, that is 80C. Next one, 80CCC. Individual claim deduction under this section in respect of premium paid towards pension fund of LIC. Remember, 80CCC, which is related to pension fund of LIC. 80C is related to investment in LIC fund, investment in pension fund, public provident fund or housing loan or national housing scheme. loan taken, all those are related. But 80CCC related to pension fund of LIC. The payment must be made out of taxable income of the current year or earlier of the assessee. Amount of deduction, amount deposited, or maximum limit, whichever is less. So for 80CC also maximum limit is the 1,50,000. Remember, deduction under 80CCD. Central government or other employee can claim deduction under this section in respect of contribution made towards new pension scheme. If any central government employee made the investment under a new pension scheme NPS, then they can claim the deduction. Condition: central government employee appointed after 1st April to 1st January 2004 or other employee can claim deduction in the previous year in which the contribution so made. Amount of contribution by the employee or 10% of salary, whichever is less, plus employee contribution or 10% of employee salary, basic plus DA, that is employee salary. Whichever is less, you have to add both and you have to compare with the maximum limit. Remember, under section 80C, maximum deduction is 1,50,000. Next, in case of other employee, deduction or limit is 10% of gross total income. The aggregate of amount of deduction under 80C, 80CC cannot exceed 1,50,000. Remember, for all the section, by adding 80CC, 80CCD and 80C, maximum deduction 1,50,000. Employer's contribution towards new pension scheme shall not be considered for the ceiling of rupees 1,50,000. Additional deduction up to rupees 50,000 can be claimed on the additional deduction from ceiling of 1,50,000. Next, 80CCG. Deduction under section 80CCG. Residential individual can claim deduction for investment made under any equity savings scheme. Remember, 80CCG related to investment made in equity savings scheme. His or her gross total income should not exceed 12 lakh. He shall has acquired listed shares. He or she is a new retail investor. The investment lock-in period is 3 years. Amount of deduction 50% of investment or maximum limit. Remember, under section 80CCG, maximum deduction 50% of investment or 25,000, whichever is less. Next very important section, that is 80D. 80D, which is related to medical insurance. Deduction under section 80D, individual and HF can claim deduction for medical insurance premium. Remember student, 80D is related to contribution towards medical insurance premium out of taxable income. In case of individual, family means assessee, spouse, dependent children and also parent. The amount of deduction under section 80D, see here. Person for whom payment made, assessee, spouse and dependent children. Nature of payment, medicine insurance premium paid, central government health scheme, preventive health checkup, total payment or maximum limit rupees 25,000. Remember, under section 80D, other than senior citizen, then assessee, spouse and for dependent children, they can claim the maximum limit 25,000. If assessee, spouse and parent senior citizen, then they can claim for 30,000 instead of 25,000 for medical claim, insurance premium and preventive health checkup. Remember, under 80D, maximum deduction 25,000 for ordinary and for senior citizen 30,000, but under 80C 50,000. Deduction additional deduction of preventive health checkup, a sub limit of 5,000 has been allowed whichever is financial year 2017-18 preventive health checkup. So our previous year is 18-19. Preventive health checkup of self, spouse, dependent children and parents, whether they are dependent or assessee or not, preventive health checkup amount can be paid through any mode including cash mode. Remember, the extra 5,000 they can claim for deduction if they are making the preventive health checkup. Next, ATDD. ATD is related to contribution towards medical insurance. Next, ATDD, residential individual and HF can claim weighted deduction for expenditure incurred on medical treatment or handicapped dependent relative or deposit made for the maintenance of dependent handicapped relative. ATD, which is related to contribution medical treatment on handicapped, remember, handicapped or dependent relative or deposit made for maintenance of the handicapped relative. This point is very important. Treatment or a handicapped dependent relative or deposit made for the maintenance of dependent handicapped relative, which is related to ATDD. ATD is related to contribution to medical insurance. ATD related to the expenditure incurred on medical treatment or handicap dependent relative. Next, the disability must be certified by the government. To claim the deduction under section ATDD, there must be the certificate which is given by the government doctor. Amount deduction extended disability. If the as per in the certificate is the extent of disability 40%, no deduction. If the extent of disability 40 to 80%, 75,000. If the extent of disability more than 80%, 1,25,000. It is based on the assumption. Next, ATDDB. Deduction under section ATDDB. Individual and HF can claim deduction for expenses incurred on medical treatment against specified disease for assessee himself or dependent family members, that is children, parent, brother and sister. Remember, ATDD, which is related to expenses incurred on medical treatment of deceased against specified disease for assess himself or dependent family members. Condition, disease must be certified the government doctor if the beneficiary is a senior citizen but non-resident in India during the previous maximum limit of for specified disease only under section ATDDB 40,000. See, amount of deduction in case of senior citizen, actual expenses incurred or maximum limit, that is 60,000. It is for non-resident in India, that is 40,000. But as per India, that is the rules, actual expenses incurred or maximum limit 60,000, whichever is less. Amount received from insurance company in case of super senior citizen, actual expenses incurred or maximum limit, that is 80,000. Amount received from insurance company ಜೊತೆ compare ಮಾಡಬೇಕು in case of other. Next, actual expenses incurred or maximum limit of 40,000, whichever is less, amount to be, that amount to be compared with the insurance company given amount. Next, ATE. ATE for education loan. Remember, individual can claim deduction from the payment of interest on loan for his own or higher education. Remember, the ATE is related to loan taken for higher education purpose. Such loan amount shall be paid out of taxable income of the assessee. Amount of deduction: the total interest paid during the previous year is treated the qualified amount of. Remember, ATE. You can expect the question. What are the provisions on the section 80? ATE is related to interest on loan borrowed for higher education. Remember, this point many times appeared. Next, very important deduction, that is ATG. Deduction under section ATG is available to all the assessee. Under this section, deduction is available for donation made by the assessee. ATG is related to donation. Remember, for charitable institution, the following donation does not qualify for deduction: donation to an individual. If donation given for different purpose, we can claim the deduction under section ATG. But if the donation given for individual, we cannot claim. Donation in kind also cannot be claimed. Donation paid in excess of 2,000 in cash also cannot be claimed. Donation to an institution, fund or organization not approved by a commissioner of income tax, we cannot claim. If the donation given to political party, cannot claim. Donation for the beneficiary of particular community or religion also cannot claim. See here, rate of deduction applicable for the approved. This point is very important. You can expect the question. Mention any 4 deduction under section ATG which is applicable 50% rate. Like that you can expect the question. Very important. See, Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund. If the donation made for Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, up to 50% deduction you can claim. Next, Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, that is also 50%. Rajiv Gandhi Foundation of 50%. Prime Minister Drought Relief Fund for 4 group. If we give the donation, we can claim while computing the tax liability 50% deduction. Remember, Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Prime Minister Drought Relief Fund. For 4 these memorial fund, if we contribute, we can 50% deduction can be claimed. Group 2, which is 100% eligible for deduction: National Children Fund, National Defence Fund, Prime Minister National Relief Fund, Prime Minister Armenia Earthquake Relief Fund, Africa Fund, National Foundation for Communal Harmony, donation to an approved university, educational institution, Chief Minister Relief Fund, Jilla Saksharata Samiti, National or State Council for Blood Transfusion, fund set up by state government for the medical, Central Welfare Fund for Army or Air Force, National Sports Fund or Cultural Fund, Technology Development Fund. Any authority engaged in providing relief to the victims of earthquake in Gujarat, National Trust for Welfare of Person with Asthma, Swachh Bharat Kosh, Clean Ganga. See, remember, any 6 item which can be give the deduction under section ATG 100%. Remember, which can be give the 50% deduction: Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and Rajiv Gandhi, and Prime Minister Drought Relief Fund. There is a 50%. Swachh Bharat, Clean Ganga, National Fund, any authority, National Trust, these all are the 100%. Group 3, again for adding for the first group, any charitable institution which is approved by the commissioner, you can give the deduction 50%. Any authority engaged in town planning, providing housing accommodation, 50%. Any authority engaged in promoting the interest of minority community, 50%. Any notified temple, mosque or gurudwara church applicable, 50%. Any approved educational institution not of national eminence, 50%. engage in promoting family planning applicable 50%. So maximum limit 10% of adjusted gross total income or total donation under group 3, whichever is less. You can give the exemption under section 80. G is very very important. Remember 80G is related to donation. So adjusted GTI gross total income minus 80C to 80O except 80G and casual income. 80GG deduction under section 80G is available only to individual. Under this section deduction can be claimed for rent paid by the assessee for his residence. If the rent paid by the assessee, he can claim the deduction under section 80GG. 80G related to donation, 80GG related to rent paid for house. Condition: assessee must not be receiving any supporting money from payment of rent. See, if the HRA received by the company, by the tenant, then he cannot claim the deduction under section 80GG. The assessee or his spouse or his minor children must not be owning a residential house in the place in which assessee is residing rented. There must be the rented house and he must pay the rent, then only he can claim the deduction under section 80GG. If he getting the house rent allowance from the company or the institution, then he cannot claim the under section 80GG. The house owned by the assessee in other place must not be assessed as a occupied property. Deduction under section 80GG is least of the following. Remember, this point is, you can expect this question for 2 marks. How much is the maximum amount can be deducted under section 80GG? Rupees 5,000 per month, excess of rent paid over 10% of adjusted GTI and 25% of adjusted GTI. Least. While computing gross total income, and we would give the deduction under section 80G, which is related to rent paid on house. So 5,000 per month, excess of rent paid over 10% of adjusted GTI or 25% of adjusted GTI, least, whichever is less to be considered. Adjusted GTI calculation is gross total income minus deduction under section 80C to 80O except 80G plus casual income. Next 80GGA. All assessee can claim deduction under contribution made towards scientific research. Remember 80GGA, which is related to contribution related to scientific research and rural development program, 80GGA. So here 80GG, which is related to rent paid by the assessee for the house. 80GGA is related to contribution made towards scientific research and rural development program. Amount of deduction 100% such contribution is qualified for deduction. 80GGC, next one. So that is the contribution towards local authority and artificial jurisdiction person by the fully government. Remember under section 80GGC. Assessee other than local authority and artificial jurisdiction person fully or partly funded by the government can claim deduction for contribution towards political party. Remember under section 80GGC, contribution towards political party, 80G donation, 80GG rent paid, 80GGA which is related to contribution to scientific research and rural development, 80GGC contribution made to political party. Any sum contribution during the previous year quantifies or qualified. Qualifies for deduction provides such contribution made by check. 100% he can claim under section 80 GGC if he paid the or contribute towards political party. 80 JJA, remember, which is relay all the assets can claim deduction profit and gain from business collecting and processing biodegradable waste. 80 JJA, which is related to contribution or collecting the processing of biodegradable waste. Only business engaged in collecting and processing are qualified for deduction. Remember, it is which is related to business engaged in processing of biodegradable waste. They can claim under section 80 JJA. 100% of such profit, 100% they can claim first 5 years. Next very important deduction, that is 80QQB. 80QQB, residential individual claim deduction for royalty. Remember, which is 80QQB is related to royalty income from books of literacy, art and scientific nature. Assessor should furnish from number 10 CCT along with the return. Books shall not be include brochure, diaries, guides, journals, magazines, textbooks for schools, etc. See, 80QQB, there is a format. Amount remitted to Indian converted foreign exchange within the amount which is received from royalty, and lump sum considered as a royalty, whichever is less, that expenditure incurred for royalty, then balance a maximum limit 3 lakh. Remember, this point is very under section 80QQB. How much amount can be claimed? Like that you can expect 80QQB, which is related to royalty on books. So maximum limit is 3 lakh. As a percentage, amount remitted to India coming foreign exchange or gross royalty exceeding 50, whichever is less, minus expenditure incurred, balance, the maximum limit is 3 lakh. Next, 80 RRB. 80 RRB, residential individual can claim deduction for royalty from patents. 80QQB royalty on books, but 80 RRB royalty from patents. Remember, royalty from patent, that point is very important. Condition assessor should furnish from 10 cc along with the return income from royalty received, royalty under the terms of license, and maximum limit 3 lakh, whichever is less. Least means less. Next, 80U, deduction under section 80U, residential individual suffering from disability can claim weighted deduction under section. Residential suffering from disability, they can claim deduction under section 80U. Further, the disability must be certified by the government doctor. Amount of extended disability 40% is in a certificate, 40% disability, then no need of claiming. 40 to 80%, 75,000, up to more than 80%, 1,25,000. Next, 80 TTA. Individual SCF can claim the deduction under section for interest on deposit in a saving account. Remember, 80 TTA, which is related to investment or interest received from saving account, they can claim. Income received from a savings account scheme held by from AOP or BOA, no deduction shall be allowed on such income. In case of interest on post office saving bank account, exemption up to 3,500 single account and 7,000 for joint account. In case of interest on saving account with the cooperative bank account, post office deduction up to 10,000. Remember, 80 TTA is related to interest on deposit in a saving account. These all are the sections. Remember, ATTTA related to interest on post office saving bank account, ATU related to residential individual suffering from disability. Next, AT RRB, which is related to deduction of royalty from patent, maximum limit is 3 lakh, and ATQQB related royalty income from books, the maximum limit 3 lakh. ATJJ related to processing of biodegradable waste, ATGGC related to contribution made towards political party, ATGGA which is related to contribution made towards scientific research and rural development, ATGG related to contribution made or the rent paid by the assessee for his residence. Remember, ATG related to donation to different authority. So there are two group, one is 50% group and 100% group. ATE related to interest on loan towards higher education. Remember, ATDDB related to expenses incurred on medical treatment against a specified disease which is approved by the Government of India. Maximum limit 60,000. ATDD related to medical treatment on handicapped dependent relatives. ATD related to contribution towards medical insurance premium. ATCCG related to contribution on equity savings scheme. ATCCD is related to new pension scheme investment. ATCCC related to pension fund of LIC. ATC is related to investment in various schemes like subscription of National Fund of NABARD, pension fund scheme, mutual fund scheme, LIC contribution. These all are. So total you can expect the 8 marks from this chapter. So any section for 2 marks and any one question for 6 marks. No question for 14 marks.